Welcome back today. I'm going to be using something I like a whole lot. I've only used it one time previously, but I finally got me some after using a sample last fall. Barrister's Reserve Fern from Barrister and Mann. This is a scent that was concocted not by Barrister and Mann, but I think 60 plus years ago. And it's not been in production since then. And it was a scent called Fougere Royale. A fougere is the French word for fern, and the irony is that ferns do not have scents, but it is what it is. That scent, it was very popular with men's fragrances, and it spawned a whole genre. Like all fougeres that exist today owe their existence to that one. And let me just tell you, if you couldn't tell already, I'm rather under the weather, or rather, I'm under the pollen. Just got this impenetrable wall of, or seemingly impenetrable wall of scentlessness right now. I just can't smell anything. This stuff is so strong though that I can smell it. It still smells good, and it smells exactly the same to me. So if that tells you anything, so I'm very excited to use it. So I will get that underway. Let's go talk about the scent. The scent, like I said, is Fougere Fern, and it is basically it's very green and very powdery, very strong. And the scent notes are, it's as long as your arm. I think on the website they say oakmoss, lavender, and tonka. I think those are the primary scent notes, but it's got a long list. It's lavender, bergamot, clary, sage, geranium, heliotrope, rose, orchid, carnation, oakmoss, tonka bean, musk, and vanilla. A lot of that stuff I don't smell because I just like florals in general, but if they're blended well into a green accord, then I can tolerate them. Something similar to that would be Jamestown Gentleman from Holy Caw. It's a floral green, but it's not like this. That's not to say it's a fougere. I don't think it quite measures or is quite in that vein or intended to be. I would say I've never tried the original. The cologne was discontinued around 60 years ago, like in the late 50s. But I've never tried the original, and I don't know what to compare it to. It's the granddaddy of all fougeres. I have tried a number of fougeres across the board. Holy Caw Fern Concerto is very good. Maybe it would mostly resemble this one. British Fern by Van Ulay is also somewhat similar to this type of fougere. But then you have the natural fougeres that are just kind of, want you to smell like you're stepping outside. Not necessarily a men's, elegant men's fragrance like this is. But Talbot has Holland Glen and Buttery Brook, and they smell, just like you're outside after a rain. Very swampy. And this is not that. This is very much more of a clean, cologne scent. All right, we're back. Got the Rockwell on plate 1 since I've only got 2 days growth, so nothing substantial here. But with this soap, once you properly dial it in, it is thick. And if you add too much water, it kind of, before you build it properly, it kind of resembles glue, like a gluey cream. But once you get it where you want it, it's somewhere in between whipped cream and yogurt. And this is very, very nice. One of the best soap bases out there. It's top 5 for sure. I think that's pretty much universal. Most people put it in their top 5. I would put the Barrister and Mann's usual glissant formula over this just because it's a little easier to use. But this is no slouch. And that means it's easier to use in terms of that. It's thirsty, but it's not going to behave like this stuff. This formula it's tallow like the glissant base, but it doesn't have lanolin in it. So people who have sensitivity to lanolin, you can still try Barrister and Mann. Not worry about that. It just bit me a little bit right there. It's a problem area for me. It may have cut me, I'm not sure. But back to performance of this soap. It excels in every area. If you've watched any reviews of the Reserve line at all, then nothing I'm saying is new. It's almost redundant at this point. Reserve base is around a year old, maybe slightly less than that. I think it came out last summer. To great acclaim. So slickness, glide, lather density, the shininess of the lather, residual slickness, all that. I could rinse this off my face and do a cleanup pass with no irritation at all. So that tells you it's good stuff. All right, back. I'm gonna be using a Chatillon Luxe aftershave for the first time, or this specifically, Lavender de Ligouest, or Lavender de Ligouest. I don't know how to pronounce French very well. I didn't take it in high school, so if I butchered it, you can let me know in the comments, but you know, be nice about it. But it's not a perfect match, but this is it's also a Fougere, and it's like a darker Fougere. It smells really good. It's a good complement to this one. Feel a little burn. The menthol is nice. There's a little spot here. I did nick myself. It's tiny though. It barely. There's only like a tiny blood spot. It didn't even really run out. So I can't even see it now. So it should be taken care of. But all in all, excellent shave. Something I may do in the future is talk about, you know, what I'm going to be doing and then show it sped up. Because sometimes when I'm talking and I'm thinking about something, trying to recall information, I'll just go, I won't set the angle of the razor correctly, and then stuff like that happens. So we'll see. This is still an adjustment. I'm still kind of new to this, so we'll see how I can change things up in the future to make this better. But all in all, if you like green, strong, and you know, fresh cologne-y type scents, I wouldn't say this is a straight up cologne scent, but it's very elegant, very masculine. By all means, try it. They're $18, I think, for a jar. I think it's $4.50 an ounce, which is, you know, I consider, you know, anything above $4 an ounce to be premium price. But this is Barrister and Mann. They're popular, and if you try it once and don't like the scent, or for whatever reason, you can unload it on the buy sell trade page on Facebook, Wish Shaving Enablers Buy Sell Trade, or the Shave Bazaar subreddit. It was big too on selling things, so you'll get most of your money back, if not all of it. Low risk, high reward. This is one of the more popular ones too. I think this and Reserve Cool, which is a dupe of Floyd Blue aftershave. It's excellent too. It's even stronger than this one. But yeah, try it by all means if you like green at all. If you've tried Fougeres in the past and you don't own this one, I strongly urge you to do yourself the favor and get it, since it is a duplicate of the granddaddy of Fougeres. And if you like it, you absolutely need to have it. And I think the packaging, you know, that label is stunning. It's a matte black with a shiny green emblem. It looks great. They're in acrylic jars, really high class, you know, 10 out of 10 package wise. Performance hits everything, excels at them in fact. One of the top 5 soap base. Can't go wrong here, so I give this my full endorsement. There you have it. It's Barrister's Reserve Fern. One of my favorite scents. Is at least top 10, and maybe perhaps top 5. That's probably a video I need to do in the future for all my top scents in order. So I'll think about doing that sometime. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And let me know if you have anything to say about this soap, or how I can do things better in the future. I'll see you next time.